episode of Ginger and Thyme's podcast. My name is Debbie, and I will get you along the way of this new episode. It's a little bit different than my previous video because I'm doing like a vlog right now, a vlog episode. So I will tell you everything about why I made a decision of stopping or closing my webshop journey.I'll. Many of you had some questions about it, so I will answer those questions. I also do like a regular one showing you my WIPS, and after that I will tell you everything about something new, something really exciting, and that's my knitting tracker. So the first part of this episode is all about why I closed my web shop. As many of you may know, I was the owner of Ginger&Thyme.be. That was just a yarn web shop with like a little bit more special brands that are not that famous and are not that well known in the knitting community because they were new brands or newer brands to the area where I live. And I was really excited to start that journey. It's about 3 years ago that I started Ginger&Thyme.be. So we did it about 3 years approximately. I say we because me and my husband Walter, he was also involved in that first year in the first year he became involved in Ginger&Thyme. And it was really nice to do that together. And he had some great ideas, or he was just really involved in creating content for our social media. And I was more like selling yarns and knitwear design and stuff like that. But it was great to do that together. So we were really like a team, and I was really excited. But honestly, like the last year, I think around March 2024, I wasn't feeling Ginger&Thyme like it used to be. I had just like a little bit less time for Ginger&Thyme. Also, my knitting mojo was like a lot less than I was used to be. So I think I did the Clara top in March 2024. I think that was my last design for that year. So yeah, my knitting mojo was totally gone. I wasn't feeling like inspired anymore for knit-wise then. And then I think a few months later, Walter decided also to do like a little career switch. He's in politics now. So he spent a lot of time and effort in that new career that he is. And I encourage that. I'm totally fine with that. But I also felt like if I have to do that alone, Ginger&Thyme.be it's a lot for one person, and I'm not that good in social media content, and I'm not that good in connecting with other people and stuff like that. You know, like my little teammate was like gone. He wasn't there anymore. He wasn't around anymore for Ginger&Thyme, of course. And I was really feeling it. So in that summer, so last summer actually, knitting mojo was totally gone. I only knit up toe-up socks, vanilla toe-up socks. It's all I was knitting at the time, and I was really struggling to post on Instagram and post on YouTube and being inspired. So it was really hard for me, knit-wise, of course, to like keep Ginger&Thyme alive. And I was feeling that also in the self. That was not great anymore. I also didn't feel about hand tying yarn anymore. It was really a struggle. It was really like a task I had to do, but I wasn't feeling inspired at all. So I decided in that summer in my head already that I should quit Ginger&Thyme because I couldn't give Ginger&Thyme the amount of effort and the amount of love and inspiration I should have give Ginger&Thyme, of course. So I was feeling that everybody, our customers and people that we know in the community, that were feeling also, are you okay, and stuff like that. I got some questions about, are you okay? Are you still there? I was feeling that that it was clear that we need to take a step back and make a decision about Ginger&Thyme. And then I think it was like September, October that I really spoke to my husband, Wouter, that I should quit Ginger&Thyme. He wasn't sure about that at first, because yeah, you put so much effort in it and it was so fun to do. And I say, yeah, but I don't feel it anymore. I'm not inspired anymore as I used to be, and I'm not I cannot encourage myself to go fully into the Ginger&Thyme story. So we decided to quit with the web shop, or close the web shop January. It's now a month ago. I feel really the difference because when I spoke out, like we are closing, web shop is gone. A lot of people have so many questions. I hope I can answer all your questions about that. But I also felt immediately very inspired again. I had a new design coming out. It's already came out. The tailor Spencer, a tailor vest, also the pull Spencer. And I have 2 new WIPS that I will talk about later in this episode. And I immediately feel or felt more inspired, and I was getting my knitting mojo back like straight away. So it was really something that clicked, and I thought, yeah, that's a good decision for me and my family to get rid of all that yarn stock and stop with Ginger&Thyme.be. This part of the episode, I will show you all my WIPs I have. I have only 2 WIPs. I'm not a huge project keeper, or how do you say it? I'm really happy if I have 2 projects at a time. It's already a lot for me, but most of the time I have always some socks at the needles or on the needles, and I have also like a cardigan or a vest on my needles. So I'll show you my 2 projects. First of all, I will show you my new design. It's a new design I made. I'm feeling really inspired by browsing on Pinterest. It's like something that most of the times I feel inspired by when it comes to designing. Most of the time, if one project is finished, I need to cast on another one to keep knitting. I have not like another project on wait or in my queue, or what you call it. I don't have anything else that is already cast on. So I really need to see or search or get inspired by a new project. Most of the time I design my own garments. So first of all, I will show you my new design, and I call it, for now, I don't know if I will change the name or not, but I will call it the Benny Rose vest or cardigan. And it's like an overall ripped cardigan in very soft alpaca from Gabo, or baby alpaca. It's baby alpaca from Gabo. And yeah, I am really inspired by a picture I saw, I think, from the brand Sassoon. So what I do to get inspired is not watching podcasts of knitwear designers or Instas or Pinterest of knitwear design, but I'm more following on Pinterest just regular brands that have a really cool knitwear line. I'm done with everything above the body because it's top down, and I'm here now. I can join in, not in the round, but I can join the front and the back, and I can knit like the body. And I really like it. How I see it now, it has a little bit more a dropped shoulder effect, but not really dropped, not very large or very deep shoulders, but just like a little drop. So the sleeves will start like here, where that muscle is, you know, like, I don't know, the upper biceps or something. And yeah, I really like it that way. That was something that has to be there, a drop shoulder with a construction, with a German, no, yeah, German short rows. I made the German short row shoulder technique, or how do you call it? You know, with German shoulder rows, you go back and forth, and so on. You create a longer, part at the neck, and a little bit shorter part on the outer shoulder seams. I don't know if I say everything wrong, but you know what I mean, right? And yeah, I'm now, I knit yesterday because I really want to join in, not in the round, but join everything back at the back and two fronts, and then knit back and forth for the rest of the time. Make some meters for the body, just knit, 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 and then we can add the sleeves after that. Or maybe I will add sleeves if I just do edit a little part of the body. Who knows? I will see. That's the Benny Rose cardigan. It's a design by me and it's in progress. And if everything's going well, there will be a test knit, not soon, but in a month or so. Other little pocket is my sock project bag, and I'm really happy about how this pattern turned out, because I had already, I think, a year, like some inspiration of the 80s vibe, but I couldn't find a good geometrical design. I was searching on Pinterest, and really like not in knitwear, but more in drawings and artworks and stuff like that, or interior things, posters and stuff like that. And I wasn't feeling like the colors, or I wasn't feeling like the motifs, or if I transfer it into a knitwear or knitting design or a knit chart, it wasn't good enough. And then yeah, I like knitting these. Ooh, it's a little bit into, and I will show you a little bit more up close. So I have chosen 3 colors. The yellow for like the ribbing, I think it matches really good with the other colors, and like a very baby pinky for one color, and the contrasting color, but actually they're the same, and the contrasting color is like an orange, but I think they're not that contrasting. So if I would do that again, I will go for a little bit deeper orange, so the contrast is more visible. But I think with blocking, and if you wear it in daylight, you will really see how beautiful the design is. And it's a small, I think the chart is 8 stitches or 12 stitches, so I can grade it for 3 sizes or maybe 4 sizes, and adjust a little bit more for the heel and stuff like that. I did also a heel flap, and I alternated the 2 colors in it. And for the foot, the sole of the foot, I also did that. So it's just going over into the foot. And here also you see like the, I hope you can see it, you see like the transition of the foot here and the color pattern here on the, I don't know how you call it, so I'm not gonna say it anyway. But you see, it's really snug because it's colorway in socks. I knitted with a 3mm just to get enough. Normally I use a 2.75mm for just regular socks without color work, but I learned that if I do it just with my regular sock knitting needles of 2.75, that most of the time they're a little bit too snug. It's okay by the time if they're just stretching out a little bit, but I don't know, for color work, I just like to have like a little bit more room that they can fit easily, and not you just have to push the fabric over your heel. I don't like it that way. So I already did a fit check and they are great. They're just like a glove. So I hope my toe, I can start on the toe right now, or just 1 or 2 more rows of the color pattern, and then I can go to my toes. So I think there will be a test knit very soon, because they're like nearly finished. So if I finish them like tomorrow, I can release a test knit very soon. Maybe there is already a test knit at this moment. Who knows? Maybe I'm really slow with editing this video and I'm really fast with knitting this one. So maybe there is already a test knit. If you want to join a test knit, I always launch my test knits on Instagram and also on my website. You can see a link on my Instagram as well. And if you want to be a test knit member, you can also receive like emails for the newest test knit. So if you want to, you can also DM me with your email address and I will send you a link to that. So these are my WIPS. Okay, the last thing I want to show you in this episode is a new design, and it's not a knitwear design. It's like something that I made while watching other podcasts. I don't remember anything about when it clicked, but I was just watching knitting podcasts and it was really exciting. And then somebody showed me their knitting journal. I was like, yeah, it's not for me. I'm not very good at drawing. I'm not very good at writing. So it's just not so beautiful if I do a bullet journal. So that's not something for me. And also like keeping track of like all of my projects is not something I would do in a bullet journal. I prefer to log everything in Ravelry. You can just link all the patterns. You can add your photos, you can add your yarns and your knitting needles, your knitting needles. You can just put it everything there, and it's there and not in like little booklets. I have a booklet for my designs because I really want to write down everything, and sometimes I also draw my charts in there before I make them digitally. And yeah, I like it that way. I don't have any needs for a bullet journal or knitting journal. I've been there. It's not something that I keep track of. It's too much writing. It's too much information that I need to draw or write down, and I don't do anything with that. So I prefer Ravelry. Ravelry is just everything is there for my projects. But I don't know, she was showing something. I know it was a woman or a girl, and she was showing her bullet journal, and she drew there a sock. And I think she keep track of how many socks she was knitting. I thought that was a really fun idea. Sorry if I don't remember who it was. I also searched for it again, but I just couldn't find anything anymore. I am really excited to show you my knitting tracker. It's so fun and I'm so excited about it because it's not a journal, it's really a tracker. It's keeping track of all certain things that are about your knitting projects. So I will show you a little bit. I have like a project tracker, and you have like socks and cardigans and stuff like that. So I made already a pair of socks, or I'm busy with the project, and cardigan. So I know after a year you will know how many socks did you knit, how many cardigans did you knit, and stuff like that. I have also that kind of tracker for the techniques you use. I have also a money tracker. So per project you can just count or keep track of how many money you spent on that particular project. So how much is the pattern, how much did you spend on yarn, and other things like a zipper or a button, and then a total per project. So I have place for 20 projects to keep track of the money. I also made a sock tracker, so you can name your socks. I don't know if you own designs for the socks, or just for sock patterns as well. Also the color tracker, and most excited about the whole booklet, the time tracker. I'm really excited about that one because often I get asked, how much did you just spend on knitting that sweater or knitting that cardigan? And I'm saying a month or something, but you know, I want to know it in hours. I really want to keep track of my time that I'm knitting in 1 year or per project. So for my Atenta socks, you see earlier this episode, I already knitted 6 hours. And for my Benny Rose cardigan, I already spent 11 hours knitting on that pattern. The keep track of 20 projects. For time management, there's also a little challenge tracker, so you can just pick up a random challenge and just keep track of your challenge, and also a knitting bingo, of course. And in the final copy, after printing this, I got another idea. In the final pattern in the final copy, you can also see an extra additional page that is not in this copy. So if you think, hey, I want to keep track of my knitting too, I've got some news for you. You can win your own copy of the knitting tracker. So if you think that is something for me, then you need to just comment down below to participate this giveaway. Also, tip all your knitting friends. I'll give away 10 copies in total. I will give 5 copies on Instagram, and 5 copies here on YouTube. So if you think that's just something for me, comment down below, and who knows, you win your own copy of the knitting tracker. So that's all for today. Happy knitting, and I will see you in another episode. Thank you for watching. Bye.